Testing one, testing two, testing three, testing, 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 testing. Okay. Let's go on, everybody. See mine. Oh, right here all the time. Idiot. All right. Let's see it. Let me say this again. No one's probably taking pictures, paying attention. Maybe I don't really exist. People come in, go by like, where is he? Oh no, he's not here. Okay, I'll pass on. And I have to do the cheap little thing. And I'm twitching like a motherfucker. That's all I can say. But I want to continue it already. Make as long as usual. All that good stuff. By the way, let me introduce myself again. I am Element Reptile. No, let me say that again. It's me, your boy Element Reptile. Right now, I'm drawing. I draw. I do graphic design. I guess I animate, but not really. I talk shit. I react. And everything else on the wazoo. Today is April 27th, 2026. It's Monday. I'm going to miss this month. I want my April spring forever. I want my spring forever. Spring season needs to stay forever. I don't want spring to go away because I know what comes after spring. Summer. And summer is grueling. Summer is hateful. Summer is hell. All right? Fall does not do any justice for me. I want my spring. Please. I want spring only, man. I want spring only. Either ways, I'm working right now. The background on the illustration, and not just that, I am. Let me say that again. I am on the top of that, next to illustrating the Loli Furry thing. I'm also going to try to talk about a lot of things that has happened lately throughout this week, the past week, last week. A lot of things has happened today, yesterday. You know, a lot of things happen on YouTube, Twitter, X. On that behalf. But while I am also drawing, that's to keep you guys safe. I also would say just to, soon enough, I think in 2 weeks, I am going to Quebec with my family. I might do a video over there too. I'm also trying to do a Quebecan video, but even so, I mean, depending on what video I wanted to make, what kind of vlog with the music I needed to make. I already finally uploaded the MegaCon video, but the audio, I will fix that stuff in later on. But let's get back to what we need to be, all right? Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm Element Reptile. Like, subscribe to my channel, Instagram, on X. And let's go, guys. And I keep plugging my boogers, bro. That's a very, very ill, gross thing for me to do. Imagine that. I go to the date. Oh, let me pick my booger. Yeah. My nose has hair, bro. I got nose in my hair. And it itches. Fuck you want me to do? Everybody picks their nose. Not just kids. But I'm not saying that's the right thing to do because it's gross. Now I'm starting to buy. Now I think I had to buy hand sanitizer. It's just that little hair that needs to be trimmed out. Everything becomes sensitive and your bone starts to slow. I hate that. Oh my God. Yesterday I was in the pool. Man, I used to do 6 laps in the pool. I used to do 6 laps. Now I just can't. But the best I can do as of now is, like I just did just worked out, and I didn't do cardio in the pool, not much because it was timed. But I used to do 6 laps, or well, not entirely, but there are times I'll do six, and other times I'll do four. Usually in a whole full hour, I would do 4 laps. But before I used to do six. I'm like, what's going on? Ah, but it's telling me I'm getting old. The older you get, the slower things happen. And that's a curse. Ain't that a bitch, you know? So I had to now I gotta color this. Well, this is just a guide. I just wanted to see how far. Well, usually this is gonna be usually color. This thing's gonna be usually color. I don't I don't know how, where, or what. How will it be? But hope to it. It's gonna be color. Well, question is, okay. My question is, do you want to draw the whole thing, the whole background away? Do I want to draw it this way? You need a better background. Maybe I could just use this. Then I'm just gonna go a little further down. Take the guideline. Go right here. Or maybe I could just use. That's not true. Okay. No, I do need guidelines. You actually, I want to draw this part. However, my plan on that, my idea is going to say, do not use, don't use the trace lines. Don't multiply. My gut, my soul is, my gut's telling me this time, try not to use the trace lines. Try something else. Dale, I'll try something else. Something that can work. Be experimental. Mm. Yeah, nope. I hear Niaga. Jersey, 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 Jersey Shore. Wait, no, I'm talking about South Park over here. How's that real life South Park town? Dun, 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 dun. Wanna go on to South Park? Friends, some friends of mine. Alley faces everywhere. Humble folks without temptation. Rolling down South Park Mall. People playing day or night. People shouting, "How to neighbor." There should be a South Park. No. Well, the South Park town is real, but the characters are not, and that's good. Imagine how much content that town should have right now. I mean, South Park, what? Made fun of. Oh my God. Last one I remember. The last South Park special I remember. Thing I heard South Park was the Panderverse thing. We need to pander even harder. Put a chicken in and make her gay. That I remember. That's it. Like South Park, like they made fun of a lot of shit. They made fun lots of things, and they're back to making fun of Donald Trump. They're back to making fun of. But they don't give a fuck, honestly. Like those, like that show does not care. Like, yeah, that show absolutely doesn't get care. Like I don't give. I don't give. Like I don't give. Exactly. Because it's a show of entertainment. Dave Chappelle will say whatever he likes to say. Family Guy can go only so far. Dave Chappelle, bro, he did not hold back saying shit on Lil Nas X. What makes you think he can't say shit to Will Smith? Oh wait, he did. He did say shit to Will Smith. But not before getting attacked by a fake SoundCloud rapper who had trans friends. Damn, my head. These are all smokes. Here it is right here, and this is just the tracing line. But I did way too many scratches. I did way too many scratches. I did way too many scratches on this shit. That's good, because what I'm going to do... Sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. Now, picture yourself nice and careful. What are you going to paint? What I'm going to paint. What's your intention to paint? Are you going to paint normally, vertically? What else? What are you going to paint? Let's paint. First things first. Wet blender. No, 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 no. That's the smudge, that's the smudge, that's the smudge. I'm talking about painting. Let's see. Okay, it's normal. What do you want to paint? Let's try it out. Let's try out this color. With a wet blend. Oh. Something way better than that. Wait, where's this? I would say. Let's try. Let's try. I want to try this color. Let's try out this color. I'm going, yeah. Ignore, 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 ignore. Ignore everything. Ignore everything. Ignore everything. Takes it, actually, no, I'm gonna need a better. No, you're not there. Yeah, like this one better. Ignore everything. Ignore every single thing. And yet everything else is smoke, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna ignore the sketches. What? Now I need to attempt. And it's just now it's my biggest attempt. Okay. You're able to draw a background, a setting. Can you do it without using guidelines? Well, let's find out. I want to find out, actually. It's actually quite an interesting thing to see. Take this right here. Keep going. Like Carlos Mencia going ta-ta-da. Yeah, joke there, Steve. Yeah, but he still has a fan base. That's another thing. Actually, I laughed at his jokes. Funny enough, even though most of them are pretty stolen because you know the controversy on him. I mean, of Carlos Mencia. I love that. Where's that? I remember that weird ass GIF. It says Carlos like I'm stealing this. I'm stealing this. I'm stealing this. Like I'm stealing this. Like, hey, I'm stealing this. It shows Carlos Mencia. I think that was the first. That was the first peak of actual trends happening, or whenever there's a sort of report of something, and then we get to reference it in memes, and memes actually helped on something. That's the most interesting. That's the most interesting part of things. No, listen. Ahorita. Now let's get to you got to use two of them. You got to use two of them now. Really want to play some Fruitiger Arrow, but I'm here to play some jungle, old school jungle, because some particular law is not letting me. want to play stuff that I familiar with. I've heard news that there's a copyright campaign where they might take out the whole copyright thing. Now, that's a good and a bad thing. That's true. But there are times where I say, look, when the law says, look, when I said, look, I do not own this music due to copyright. Okay. Now, if you name the only thing about copyright is if my personality say if you rename the track of a previous uh made it track that was made by someone else before you, but you claim it's your own, that's straight up infringement. That right there you need to delete because that's considered plagiarism. That's considered plagiarism. I'm also feeling like, yo, what just happened? Why this thing grew? Oh yeah, maybe I'm also thinking too. I'm also thinking. Hold up a second. I'm also thinking paint everything. No, but not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Uh oh, not this nigga. Okay, let's go. Oh, fuck. There you go. I knew I was thinking of something, but no. And then I have to also go. There's some shit right here, man. I had to always have to do it. Oh, that's why I am multiplying now. Not anymore, boy. Now you have to do the whole thing. All right. There's some stuff I like to talk about. In the midst of this stream, there's some shit that I do like to talk about. And that is last week, I finally upload. I already told you, I said it before. I finally uploaded my own shit. I finally did it. Thank God. Thank God. Right? But in the midst of that, I also made videos on regarding on piracy. I think it was because of X, and of course you already know X. You don't want to go to hear about X. Don't need to see rid of my reaction videos about X, right? But there were many news that happened. I want to start one topic in the midst of this drawing. That was it was one within the world of the paranormal. I'm someone who's very familiar with the paranormal. UFOs, the supernatural, cryptozoology, all things that we all wish to come true. You know? And regarding with the UFO research thing, things gotten quite of a uncertain these days now. I mean, I know that there were science doctors. I think it's been I guess expected that scientists are going missing. Even paranormal researchers are going missing too. You know, David Wilcock. There's was one thing that caught us all, everyone caught everyone off guard. I did a comment on X. I was thinking I was gonna do the same thing in in TikTok or on Instagram regarding to the death of David Wilcock. Was no way. There was no way that he killed himself. That's for sure. People talk about his mental health, like he needed help and all that good stuff. He wasn't feeling good. I say it was a he had an episode for his health, like for his physical health, I think, or his mental health, that regarding to his I guess his medication shit that caused him to his death, caused him to go crazy, that stuff. But I don't think so. You know, because he even said in himself one of his last streams, he said, surprisingly, I didn't know this guy's actually live streams. YouTube is a global thing to go to, and such global things have some great gifts, believe it or not. Such global things has great gifts. But but all brings the good and the bad. Holy shit. I really thought it would be Stephen Greer who would die, because he knows way more than David Wilcock. But then after the Epstein files, right? After the Epstein files and after the the evidence with like Pelacaras and all that stuff with Alberino and shit. And remember, I mean, let's introduce ourselves to the world of the paranormal. Paranormal phenomena. We all grew up with it, fantasize about it, wonder about it when we were kids, and throughout our whole lives. Love to see the Loch Ness Monster come out. Saw many videos of UFOs. Shit. I had my own experience with UFOs and my own experience with the other side. Seeing lost ones come back to your dreams. Seeing lights in the sky. You learn to astral project. Things that sound so stupid to the public eye because, Hollywood had did a great effort for generations, his history, that we have been enamored with such, make-believe special effects to the point where that anything can potentially be fake. But you want them to be real. And you hear them, you say, this is wonderful, but now once you see it, it's like, this shit looks fake. Because that's what Hollywood did. Reality as you know it is fake. That is until you saw the Epstein files. Or better yet, no. Fuck that. Fuck the Epstein files. Well, you have to learn, like, what I remember about David Wilcock, because David Wilcock was every season in freaking Ancient Aliens. David Wilcock was in every season of Ancient Aliens. And I just couldn't take that dude seriously. Because Ancient Aliens is like the most crackhead show on in television when I was a kid, and is also in a way too, the most Like it's the most funnest show. Like it's so unserious, right? And sometimes at it feels it's kind of also racist in a way. Think of it. Think of it. Ancient Aliens, like the intention message of Ancient Aliens is saying, you know, like you think those brown people was able to build something like that? No, I got something better. I got something better, right? They're just literally is a way to kind of like look down on us people of color, saying that we never built shit, so we needed aliens to help us. That's what's literally saying. And they say, look, aliens from outer space. I want to have something even better. I'm gonna have something better. Hold up. Aliens from outer space came crashing down, right? But wait. I got even something even more better. Hold up a second. The aliens that came down to outer space are white aliens. White aliens came down. And they talk about how the swastika was actually a World War II Nazi symbol, but it went all over the world and inspired culture. Like we had so many dank memes, so many dank memes about that because it's true. Ancient Aliens is the most unserious, is the most turn off your brain show. Just turn off your brain and just enjoy the show. Honestly, Ancient Aliens is wild and sorry, this is just my life, I guess. Okay, so um, so David Wilcock would join in to Ancient Aliens. I don't know how many seasons of Ancient Aliens there is. It's kind of like a never-ending show. It's like Family Guy. It's like South. No. Ancient Aliens is the One Piece of all things paranormal shows. Ghost Adventures. I don't know if Ghost Adventures is still around. Is Ghost Adventures still around? Shit, I have to think about that. But I'm so stuck into YouTube from a so I don't think I even watch TV anymore. It's so funny. It's so funny. You don't need like do not take Ancient Aliens that seriously. So he also made so in the midst of Ancient Aliens, right? He also did his other homeboy, his other partner, which is apparently he was a alien contactee, right? Was his name was Corey Good. Yeah. Now, first things first, we have to say rest in peace to David Wilcock because that was his best friend. Now, many people discredit it. Like, not many people are aware of it, but it became coincidental. So Corey Good, so they made a documentary series back in 2018 because this is all regard to the connections of things, and not only that because there were two sorry there were two documentaries on two sides of the spectrum regarding to the paranormal and UFOs was there was David Wilcock's documentary Above Majestic, which is uh you know the most one of the most discredited documentaries out there. And then there's the other documentary, not from David Wilcock, but on his counter protege. No. not protege, but is I guess is somewhat rival. Dr. Stephen Greer. That man is very more credible than Wilcock than Corey Good, honestly, because Corey Good is the biggest fucking crackhead of all time. The shit he says, I'm like thinking, how much like he looks and sound and the way he speaks and explains about things tells me that he does lots of DMT drugs. He does lots of drugs that he invented, but he's not telling us how he invented. He's not even showing my boy Hamilton Morris, the biggest fucking junkie, who is also a top scientist of a junkie in Vice City. Man, bro, Hamilton Morris he opened the eyes of psychedelics. Wade Davis, too. Wade Davis, another anthropologist, right? He did drugs too. And I was thinking, Corey Good has done a lot to drugs. Does Corey Good knows Wade Davis? Even though Wade Davis is an anthropologist. But we're talking about David Wilcock. Dr. Stephen Greer, yeah, it was more formative. Yeah. Now, on that behalf, right? What's the connection to this is that perhaps, and look, in Above Majestic, there are some shit that's just completely hilarious and exaggerated. For example, it was the reptilians, reptilian aliens, blending into our society and taking over the White House. That shit is bullshit, right? And Corey Good had to make up a sort of story where he said it's true that they have technologies to blend in the world to look like that, to blend in like a human being, right? Until but he debriefed it, so he made it. But he said usually they live in very hot areas, like very underground areas that usually is a little too hot for for human beings to enter. And he said that with such blunt, like with such blunt, like convincement or the determination that wants everybody to believe that that's real. I'm thinking like this is bullshit, dog. They're talking about Nazis, space Nazis in the moon. I'm like Iron Sky. It reminds me of Iron Sky. Like, this is the most Hollywood ass shit I've ever heard, bro. Like, yo, I need to know who that guy smoked. I need to know what kind of shit he smoked. I want to try ayahuasca. I want to try his DMT. Corey Good, please come to Florida. Go to a UFO convention, and when I find you, I need to ask you, how much drugs have you took to make that possible, to contact aliens? Does DMT and aliens make sense? You feel me? I need to know the secret of the universe too. But before I do that, I need to know how much it takes. How much it takes to send me to another planet. Because Corey Good shit, like, this is funny as hell. Right? Meanwhile, on the other hand, is Dr. Stephen Greer. Now, Dr. Stephen Greer actually interviewed a lot of very credited people. Now, don't get me wrong. David Wilcock's and Corey Good's documentary Above Majestic had some people too. They had reporters. They had veteran authors. There were some people who are former directors of the FBI. So they had very credible backgrounds. They have very credible backgrounds. Mark, I think there was one guy was Aeronautics illustrator for Aerospace and Dynamics. I think his name was Mark McCandlish. I think that was his name, Mark McCandlish, because he's an artist that paints concepts for for like planes and engineering for like Lockheed Martin Scout Works. Now that's where the political side of things is. They now there was credibility of assassinations. Talk about JFK because those two documentaries talk about the death of JFK, right? They had another talk about how the Project Bluebeam thing is inevitable because so Project Bluebeam is a protocol to where what you think you see is aliens, but reality it's not. It's reverse. Like it's aliens, it's alien tech, it's actual alien tech, it's actual, you know, like things that defy reality, but it's being piloted by a human being, piloted by a government. All governments around the world, especially here in the United States, without a doubt, we have the most crafts. We once, I think, long ago, I think, be twitching, bro. I'm just like, fuck God. But okay, there was one video, I think this was back in 2000, right? And it showed a video of a UFO dodging a missile, which Project Bluebeam was. It also talks about I think evidence in Cuba was like a sort of like a miracle event that happened, but in reality it was just a giant screen projection. They had a lot of technology that they shot down aliens for. And Stephen Greer talks about that. You know, he had talks with agents who tried to gaslight him, and he's like, I'm not gonna believe your bullshit because I know what you want me to say. I know what you want me to believe to you, and it's like, and he said it, and they said it with great discreet. Because they're using technology that was shot down that they shot down on purpose. But the program's a lot much longer. Right? So that's all crazy conspiracy kookville on his account. And that goes alongside with the whole whistleblower thing with David Grush. David Grush, who was a new whistleblower on the time, that he had kept his shit on secret, but he couldn't handle it too long because now the video's out. The gimbal, the Florida thing, the Tic Tac, although it's been proven by Stephen Greer that the Tic Tac was a reverse engineered spacecraft that was projected in the 1960s. So they used those crafts. And now you can't see the difference. Although I don't really believe that the whole reverse engineering thing happened in the 1950s. I do not believe that. Because there were actual photos that are still not shown around the world about that shit. There's actual photos that actually show UFOs landing, that actually showed actual aliens. But unfortunately, if you show videos of aliens, you will be feeling discouraged because we've been programmed about that shit. And then when it comes into and then it comes to that connection apparently with aliens from outer space. No, it comes to the connection with the Epstein file actually, and that's where things starts to brew up. Okay, now on David Wilcock's behalf, he did talk about Dave Corey Good and David Wilcock talked about the secret society scenes in Above Majestic. He talked about that. First, it was just all bullshit. Yet again, there was this feeling after 2020, after 2020 and 2025, and no, 2026 happened. You know, we, things start to brew up. I didn't believe it too. Like at first, like I wasn't so well. I was seeing this like, okay, there's actual secret societies and pedophile rings. Like I kind of was believed to that due to seeing many, many, many coincidences. And yes, there has been said that the Illuminati, there are secret societies there because, why not? You got a group of people, you connect that you will connect the dots as Simon Says has been showing us many times. At first you will see in music videos, you will see like devil horns and shit. You will see bull horns. You will see like celebrities throwing this sign. Some guys are trying to throw in the pentagrams and shit. Now, half of them are larpers. Half of them are fake ass people who really try to flex that King Von, or trying to flex that Daft Punk. But I don't think so. Not to this level. Until until the whole Epstein file debacle happened, and then that started to become more credible, I think. So you have reverse engineered spacecrafts, and they're talking about out of control group. This out of control group that's said by Stephen Greer, and they are killing people. They killed a scientist, I think in 2001, that he created energy like fuel out of water, and it's reusable water, and it worked. But then after that, he was killed. Nikola Tesla as well. So all this whole thing started on a rap, and then it happened. And why am I trying to make the connection to the dots of what happened to poor David Wilcock? I just think he had a point. I mean, look around us. And I think that's what got him killed. They were bullshit. He single-handedly keep talking about, the secret cults going on. And there was even a paranormal investing. There was a paranormal channel I actually watched on YouTube. It was called Hellier, with Planet Weird with I think there's this one paranormal investigator, Greg Newkirk, right? He's kind of, and his wife is kind of like a goth girl, and they all go to the Valley of Weirdness, just like David Wilcock and ufology and paranormal research. Now we got a better one who's like a veteran. I think this guy was like a SEALs veteran. He's also a adventurer. Not Josh Gates. Josh Gates, he's kind of fallen off. Josh Gates fallen off. But there's one guy I'm looking at. To me, he shows. I think he's more credible, but he's good of adventure. Timothy Alberino. If you don't know Timothy Alberino, he's a new guy on YouTube. He did he taught here's some stories, paranormal research, Bigfoot, but also he brought out the story. I think he's constantly trying to bring out the story about the pelacaras that happened in Peru regarding to that, you know, and he had calls to saying don't talk about the pelacaras, which are the face peelers of Peru, which because of the aliens attack, which really isn't an alien attack. It was really more like a stage play of something very more sinister. Those are actually two criminals, actually, but criminals with actual alien technology. That's gonna be that's which is the real occasion. People say that these are two guys with jetpacks because they're saying they're individuals. Like no, they are criminals with jetpacks. They are criminals with jetpacks, right? But no jetpack would would sneak up to a girl that quietly. So there they had that. And every time he brings out exposure, he keeps getting more threatened. I mean, that's the thing. And that's what's happening to these days with the scientists. And he's talked about the scientists, David Wilcock, how scientists are disappearing one by one by one. Scientists who are of aerospace research, meaning who are actually deeply involved in UFOs. We're not stupid anymore. People are starting to catch on. After and until when he died, we all try to connect the dots. I mean, it's coincidence, right? Before he died, it was some of his coworkers that being killed. I don't really think he killed himself. He's not alive. That's for sure. No. Remember, there is this story of how people can make like suicide notes, not just physically suicide notes, but also online suicide notes. It's like I'm going through a rough time. There's a lot of things that are happening. Things are intense. It's scary. Trying to make them convince you that there is something going to happen. Like something's up with him. He don't feel right. Oh, you okay? Okay, this and that. Until they realize, yeah. Remember now, it's suicide notes is fake. There's no now. I don't think that you don't need to die by the government with a suicide note. No, they can use your social media if you have a big fan base, and they will use you. They will hack into your social media or page, and then they will make up whatever the fuck they want to make up. And then from that point on, they will make sure that your death look like an accident, or they give you a pill, which is they did, or they did use a technology to make you go insane without taking any pills. Whoever knows, but they did create it right to make you go insane, and then you die mysteriously some way somehow, which didn't add up. Then you're gonna have people who are using fake bot accounts trying to conspire that he didn't kill him. One side he didn't kill himself, or the other side, he did kill himself because of his mental illness and all that kind of good stuff. You don't think it's a coincidence? You don't think they're that stupid enough to create a suicide note? That shit's old school now. No one's gonna create a suicide note. Now you can make suicide notes on your phone, TikToking. You can make suicide notes on X, making posts, or Facebook. No one's gonna do actual suicide notes physically these days. So no, I don't think he killed himself. He was murdered. He was murdered in secret. And they happen to know his credentials. They happen to know his page. They know his comments, the way he speak. They analyzed him, and then boom, time happened, and they poisoned him. They poisoned a scientist, a free energy scientist. And just like that, it brought more power. Those assholes have no idea they brought a power that they have unleashed that they did not, they will not, they cannot put out the fire against. David Wilcock will be avenged. Many people are scared to say that. Theo Vaughn is ballsy enough to talk about, the elites not sending their kids to the war for Gaza, for Israel. But Joe Rogan, who now we know he's compromised, are saying he's trying to, he's trying to put that away, trying to scare that away, even though because he was being canceled many times. They got his ass. They got his ass. There's no way denying it. Neil deGrasse Tyson also too. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Joe Rogan has been officially been compromised when it comes to this shit. Almost there on this behalf. Shit. Anyways, other news, what things that we'll talk about. What other news we can talk about? Well, another news I want to talk about is that in Florida, here in Florida, we're supposed to get some sloths. Have you heard of it? I was supposed to here in Orlando, Florida. We were sloth. There was this new attraction going down in Orlando that was being prepared for. I think coming up in the summer, but yeah, like that. Apparently, 31 of the sloths died on the shipment right here. It was for International Drive right here, and it was being built because I saw the construction, and then it showed a concept that what the attraction would be regarding to like sloth attraction. It's like it was supposed to be like a Japanese equivalent to like cat cafes or rabbit cafes, like in Akihabara or like maid cafes. Yeah, like something like equivalent like in Japan that would do have these animal themed cafes. There's a fox cafe, there's a reptile cafe, or there's a turtle bar and grill with turtles running around, or a fish cafe, fish restaurant with little fishes swimming around you, that kind of stuff. It's like something very cute, something very equivalent, right? Because we recently have an Ibisu attraction, and we were supposed to have sloths. Right, we were have our first sort of like animal themed cafe with sloths. And then later, the news came out that 31 sloths just died of suffocation the moment of its arrival. Only 13 survived. It was originally supposed to be 13 plus 31 would be what? 13. 44. It would be 44 sloths. It was supposed to be 44 sloths coming into the wave for the theming, right? Now it's only 13. And I'm like, and everybody's like, ah, shit. People be like, oops, I did it again. Dun, 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 dun. Oops, I did it again. Pretty much. It ended so tragically that now the sloths had to be relocated to Central Florida Zoo. It was all going to be ready. It had a good theming. It had good everything. And they're like, oh. We realized it was suffering from malnourishment because they were being captured from. They were captured from I think somewhere in Brazil, French Guyana, parts of Suriname. I think it's been said they were being they were caught from. They were being taken from. Because those are slow animals, right? And they need a certain nutrient, but it turned out it didn't go well. It didn't go well as planned. It's like. Oh shit! And then the people who went in there, who found out about it, and they got the call, who took those sloths, they're like, "Ooh, fuck this shit! I'm out. I'm about to get the fuck out of here." And now there's a whole lawsuit going down happening with that. I guess I guess animals are not what you think they are. I guess they can't. Sloths are not that slow. I guess Sid the sloth. I guess Sid the sloth couldn't handle it. There was no ice age at that time. Who would imagine that? Who would have thought that a sloth, bro? It would have been perfect. I ain't gonna lie. It would be a nice. It would be a nice park for indoors. It would be a nice park indoors. Although I'm not really a mammal kind of guy. I'm element reptile. I'm the guy of reptiles. We had a lot of reptilian expos, and there's lots of Gatorlands, USA. We got Gatorland still. We still got that run that Gatorland. Imagine Brian Barsik's family, the Barsik's family, come to Orlando and open their own like reptilian counterpart. That'd be dope. But look, they said, look, these sloths, naturally solitary animals, were put in the worst conditions possible. They were taken from their natural habitats to a packed warehouse that wasn't heated and allowed for the spread of deadly viruses, leading to less stress-induced death. Oh, so they caged their asses, but they weren't in cages, right? Closed sloth board down. Wild caught should not be imported to U.S. Oh, okay. Then we got the animal rights activists going in. How dare they? How dare they? It's cruel. Yeah, I guess it's cruel. Business like this should be illegal and shit. Oh, that's wild animals plucked into their natural habitat. No, leave them be. Leave them be. Leave them be. So half of these comments that are saying the right thing have had gotten away with crime, committing felonies due to taking away puppies and dogs from homeless people, thinking that it's animal cruelty that animals had to live in such a terrible environment, while those dogs and cats who live with homeless people actually are their only last line of sociality. It's something that fills their void as homeless people. Have you not? You have not. If I don't know if I can show you like they had the video or not. They took it out, but there was a these liberal ass fucking animal rights activists yanking a puppy away from a homeless man who he raised with him, so he didn't want to be alone. And the homeless man was crying and bawling his eye, please don't take my puppy away. But they're like, no, how dare you have him, this poor puppy, this poor little puppy in this horrible condition that you're putting in him. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible home. How the fuck are you going to say that when a puppy is his last thing to hold on to? Why would you say shit like that to a homeless man who had nothing, who lost everything, who's alone, who has, he may have lost his family, and that dog was his last thing of his family. It's a hypocritical thing. It's so hypocritical. It's so hypocritical. So, yeah, they're saying the right thing, although I kind of not give a fuck because it's not my right. But they're saying the right thing. But like, yeah, man, there's wild animals. But I'm not saying. But if that's the case, why not farm captive bred sloths? Captive bred sloths, right? And they have different color morphs. Bro, we raised snakes. We have raised a lot of snakes, yo, that are captive bred born snakes, and we gave them multiple colors into the science lab. We go to like zoological splice labs, and we would drip their skins. We would drip their skins, bro. We would go to reptile expos, right? You see these motherfuckers flexing with their snakes, bro. Like they're giving them freaking like sports car Itachi. They're giving them the biggest pimp my ride, bro. They basically pimp my snakes. Yo, they would pimp their own snake out, bro. They'd be putting so much fucking flex, so much fly, bro. They'd be swagging up their snakes, bro. They're giving them these crazy different color combinations and color morphs and therefore the animal will never be able to adapt in the real world unless it has the biological, I guess the genes and behaviors to hold upon it. But still, like yo, like they're dripping. They're putting so much drip in the skin and bone of reptiles and lizards and turtles, even fishes, yo. So why not you captively breed sloths that will only fit in captive bred environments and then put them to sloth world? Why not? Why not? Why not? Right? Better than catching wild freaking sloths and then you put them in a cage who are already fully grown. Of course, you're going to have this kind of incident, man. It's like orcas, bro. We treat orcas and killer whales and dolphins like they're cute little puppies until one diver suddenly meets his fate. I mean, think of it, bro. The orcas are so bored in the SeaWorld aquarium in the Miami in the Shamu and shit, bro. They would literally go. They would wait and hunt down pelicans that land in the pool, and then whenever the pelican lands in the pool, okay, I'm beating. He straight up eats it. You'll never take away that trait. I would pet. I remember when I was in Busch Gardens, right? There was a bird show, and that bird show, there was a parrot. Those parrots were very well trained and have been performing their shows for about. Sorry about that. They would perform their shows for I think for the past 4 years. They have been performing in that stage, and but the people who have those parrots perform have taken care of them, disciplined them in a certain ways, but raised them, trained them. They're basically well loved and well prepared and well snacked and well rewarded on creating such on doing such plays and performances. So they're okay. However, that does not change the fact that every time you try to pet their heads, they bite the shit out of your fingers. And they almost bit my finger off. And it was a trained parrot that was a very beloved parrot that even had its own social media page. It tried to bite. It bit me. And you say, yeah, it's not a big fan of being petted. Because it's just an instinct. It's just an instinct. Like, who the fuck are you trying to molest me, yo? Same thing with reptiles. Or my favorite. Same, bro. Like, hey, it's the best opportunity. I mean, you can call the Barzik family. You could call prehistoric keepers. Call the prehistoric keepers, yo. Sloths need them. Sid the Sloth was never locked up. Sid the Sloth then came to his end on Ice Age. Imagine that we would have Sid the Sloth in Sloth World for that attraction. Guess too late. I guess too late, yo. For real. As a veterinarian, I'm completely appalled that wild animals are allowed to be kept in for profit. Yeah, we made lots of movies. We made lots of movies of that. The business should be illegal. About time politician cares about animals. Most don't because there's no money in it. Thank you. We love to talk about your team. So why were they allowed to steal sloths from the wild? When they say steal, like they're like objects, right? So you steal an animal. Can you actually steal an animal, or you need to say kidnap? Because when it comes to because people say, oh, they're stealing dogs, they're stealing jewelry. That's stealing because it's an object. When you're stealing music, that's thievery, right? Because you're copying copyright and all that good shit, right? But when they're saying stealing sloths, but you're talking about a living being, I think. So I think the best way to say is you're kidnapping. You're capturing sloths. You're kidnapping sloths, not stealing sloths. If you're stealing a sloth, then imagine you're stealing me. You're stealing me, my humanities. I'm an object. Steal me. I want to be stolen. Physically, not by my stuff, but my own body. I want to show them what I can do to you. In many ways possible. If you know what I mean. You know? Type shit. Type shit. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I think I could draw. I could do. I want to do. I want to draw something. Actually, I could. No. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just try to draw a broken ass mountain. Honestly, like a dystopian mountain of broken rubble. Like something like Kill a Kill. Something out of Kill a Kill, and kind of get like a Kill a Kill vibe and shit. But now like as I was speaking, right? I do want also want to speak on another topic too. I think I brought it out before, but no, I already talked about the Hispanic Latin piracy Twitter on anime. Yeah, this one. Whether or not you guys want to believe it, I'm not in a person of conspiracy theory. I will talk about this. Let me do it round two again. Wait, it's the first time talking about it, anyways. This one. Look, whether or not you want to believe or something, I could make the connection about how he was next in line, because there was no coincidence he was next in line. You know, his friends died, his partners died, and Corey Good talked about it. Corey Good's the biggest fucking crackhead when it comes to ufology. I kid you not. Corey Good is the biggest fucking crackhead. But after what went down with poor David Wilcock, you know, that happened. And now you come to start wondering, okay, maybe this shit is real. People are dying because he did set it in a stream. David Wilcock. If you don't know who's David Wilcock, let me introduce you David Wilcock. So David Wilcock is a he was a writer. He's an author, a journalist, and researcher, usually around the paranormal phenomena. I am very familiar with the paranormal, so I understand on the behalf of everybody who was affected by it. So is David Wilcock, and so is many of you. It depends on you to whether or not you want to believe in the paranormal. And not just talking about paranormal, about ghosts and demons and all that exorcist. We're also talking about UFOs because UFOs are paranormal. Not UFOs of demons of the dead, rise of the dead. No, we're talking about paranormals of ufology, actual aliens. We're not alone in the universe. Okay, we really are not alone in the universe. And cryptids, interdimensional creatures that goes around with cryptozoology. Sure, yeah, Bigfoot. You can, yeah, he's a man in a gorilla suit. You know, even though there was good evidence of Bigfoot in the 1960s, but I think that was the last of its kind. Depending on how you want to say it, right? Depending on how you want to say about Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster, Chupacabra, the Mothman, you know, the Duendes of Mexico to Chile, uh, you know, dinosaurs of Africa, everything all paranormal, cryptozoology, Tasmanian tiger, and all that. You know, right? He researches that. I know. Now there was one documentary that I think my conspiracy had led to his death and his friend's death. There's actually two. Actually, two. Let me tell you something. Okay, hold up a second. Let me say this in four screens. Let me show you this. Let me tell you this in. Okay, let me say that. Let me say that. Let me say it again. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna keep drawing. So there. So hold up a second. Let me say this very clearly. There are two. Fuck, dog. Okay, there are two documentaries of ufology that happened. There are two. One is made by David Wilcock and Corey Good, of course, which which if you see it, you will laugh. You will laugh your ass off because it's just too ridiculous to be true until now. And then there's a second documentary done by another ufologist who I would believe is the most credible ufologist to this day, who needs to be protected on site. That his name is Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer. That man is more credible than Corey Good, because Corey Good is the biggest fucking crackhead of all time in media. Man, the shit he says would actually make you think, damn, how much DMT did this guy take? Because the shit he says is relentlessly like ridiculous, and he makes you think, bro, drugs can be that powerful, yo. Because the shit he says is, because he is what he called himself, a former extraterrestrial contactee. Right? Think of it. He's a former extraterrestrial contactee. And he says a lot of things about the space program, the secret space program. He talked about aliens, like the four different aliens that we all know around the world, you know, the Nordics, the reptilians, the Greys, and all that shit. And then he brings out conspiracy theories of there's reptilians become turned to a human, but apparently on that documentary, there's a doc, right? But he kind of discredited the, saying that yeah, they do have it, but they're actually hiding in underground, you know, tunnels and stuff. So really they can do it, but they really don't want to do it. You know, like all that ridiculous BS that you can ever imagine. Whereas Dr. Stephen Greer actually had actual interviews with actual scientists, actual credibility stuff, and actual videos, actual fucking videos of UFOs and actual contacts. Remember, this is within ufology, within the paranormal, within whatever, but usually ufology, right? So, Stephen Greer, the connection to what had happened to led to, you know, the tragic ending of Wilcock was that in David Wilcock's and Stephen Greer's documentary, which is called Above Majestic, he had referenced spiritual warfare, even though it's ufology in a way, but he recommends spiritual warfare from cults and secret societies. Secret societies do exist. I guarantee that. There's no lie. Secret societies do exist. Now, they would exaggerate at first. Okay. I didn't believe this shit. Like at first, I thought, okay, this is cool, but yet again, I'm like, this is getting too stupid, right? This is getting too, because he talked about how all these secret societies do satanic rituals, raping children and eating their feces and all that kind of good shit. I didn't like the kind of shit that you hear that, and like it's a horror movie and it's a conspiracy and all that Illuminati and Hollywood bullshit, right? I like they say it at your face. Now, but then he did say something in that, you know, shish kebab of things. All right, well, it is true, yeah. They do that shit. And look at the humiliation rituals. It's been a constant like repetition of celebrities in girls' dresses, wanting to, you know, glamorize and idolize and make sure that they do some of that gay paymaster shit, right? But he did said that In order for them to commit those crimes, they need our permission. And by permission saying, we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sacrifice a child on TV. And you're not going to do anything, right? Which is we're gonna let you know. We're gonna go out there. But we do it in a script. They're doing it in a script, in a play where it seems like it will never happen, but turns out it actually is happening. Bohemian Grove and all that crazy shit. So yeah, he talked about that in one of his in the Buff Majestic and his other documentary, Cosmic Disclosure. He say, hey, we're gonna do this and we gotta follow the rules. We're following by our own rules by the society. And I think that's what got him killed. But on Stephen Greer's behalf, I think this is where it connects in a way where he didn't say, like, he said there were secret societies there, but they don't know anything. Secret societies do exist, but really they're not really secret societies like what you see on TV, on television, Hollywood, and all that bullshit. They're just fraternities who do know a lot of things, but not really committing a lot of things that's exaggerated. So he has his skepticism. But he did explain about that there was a document regarding to Marilyn Monroe, which is like a very known American singer in modern history, and how she was killed because she wanted to be with JFK regarding to UFOs, and they killed her in an accidental way. And then he talks about Project Bluebeam and politics and everything about that. And he said that, DI is involved in it and all that kind of stuff, but reality isn't. Deep Fund, Black Project, this and that. And he said that, well, not even the president is even allowed to, not even the president even allowed to go look at their UFO research stuff. Not even the president. So then it came to the conclusion, right? He said not even the United Nations is just a side part of what the group is. And he said that this group is very rogue, very top secret, and they're out of control and they need to be stopped. So that comes back to David Wilcock. Because he does, although he does claim that the secret societies really don't know shit, but then goes back to David Wilcock talking about secret societies, meaning they do shit. And even though one and the other sounds a lot like bullshit, that's when here we are in 2020s, 2026, where the world is dying spiritually. We're ripping each other apart. It's the end of the world, an end of our insanity, thanks to AI, because Corey Goode talked about AI. Corey Goode talked about AI before AI was even to the public and available. He talked about AI. He talked about, and other reporters, other UFO conspiracy, or I think reporters and paranormal phenomenon researchers did talk about. They talked about AI. Artificial intelligence, and regarding to ESP. And connect that. Let's connect that. Let's connect it. Let's try to connect it. Well, on behalf of Wilcock, that many scientists are dying. Yes, scientists are going missing because we're part of aerospace dynamics, which is kind of similar to hear that from Dr. Stephen Greer's documentary, which is called The Unacknowledged. I forgot to mention that the titles. David Wilcock's documentary on 2018 and Stephen Greer's documentary on 2018, the same year, is Above Majestic, right? And then The Unacknowledged. If you watch those two documentaries, you will learn. It actually will open up everything. So they say about Nikola Tesla. They said about the UFO shutting down nukes and stuff. That's the same thing with Jeremy Corbell and all that kind of stuff. And again, that part when right after the Epstein files came out and showed talks of actual satanic rituals being performed, then the whole thing just shifted. Now they've got this crazy collusion to where, oh shit, I think because if you did a for your sake, if you want to watch all the videos and see the photos that Epstein did to children, you go right ahead, but you use your prayers. If not, good. Do not use it. You need there is always hold the light of your soul. I'm not a very much of a religious person. Well, I am spiritual, but not truly religious on behalf of things because, hey, the other side to me is a mystery, but I do believe in the goodness of heart while there's a lot of negativity because you only got to live once. The yin and the yang exist for the reason to thicken the plot. That's what Vishnu says. If if there's so much, if you're so creative, why you let so much bad in the world? It's said to thicken the plot. God said the same thing. Vishnu said the same thing. The Buddha said the same thing. Prophet Muhammad said the same thing. It's thickening the plot. There's such calamities happen to that. It's up to you to want to say that. But the Epstein files, this dude was that fucking cracker went rails up and down on everything, bro. And I did make a crazy video on a funny video on Epstein when we found out that he was a furry too. He was into Yuri anime and furry porn, usually Five Nights at Freddy's. And I had made a comment. I made a one comment out there, although I had to. It was terribly audio it because I lost my old speaker died, so that's the problem. But I did thought on my hand, because I always thought, okay, if Epstein, in the middle of him doing horrible, heinous things to a child, basically grape, doing doing the R on the child with a clown mask on his, hiding his face and right while oiling that kid up. That sounds horrible, fucking terrible. Have you ever thought one time he's thinking, he's like this. He's in there doing the horrible thing. He's thinking, fuck. Kids are not doing for me, man. I need something better. So he decided to go to watch some furry porn on Rule 34 on 4chan. Think of it. Think of it. If he just decided to get more into furry and Yuri, you would think, even though he's still a demonic degenerate who is running around on alive some way somehow in Israel. But think of it, man. He's like come on, you might think that would stop him. That kind of like slow him down on doing such demented shit. Think of it, because a lot of those people who are into furries, right? For some reason, they're being caught becoming the most violent, and not just that, they're just proving lolicons like they are right. That the lolicons, the people who are like into the cute and funny side, they're taking the ammunition when they found out that Epstein was more into furries and Yuri than Loli. Which is the wild part. But back to what I was saying about the whole David Wilcock thing, right? I would think too, like the connection to what happened to him, that at first I didn't believe in it. Now it became true with the whole satanic cults and Twitch and X that really and the 4chan and the Reddit, which has created such a political divide too. Because think of it, 4chan was right wing and Reddit was left wing, while turned out the whole thing was fake. The whole thing was fake. The whole culture war was completely bullshit when they found out that Epstein was in 4chan, controlled 4chan, and his apparent wife, but reality was a girl, whatever she was, Ghislaine Maxwell, was responsible for controlling the CEO of Reddit. And that exposed everything, right? Until they found out that even that, now they're both acquitted for such, like rituals and shit. Because they showed evidence of actual rituals. And so now so I believe that because of that, now it showed more credit to that documentary series than Stephen Greer. Well, yeah, it's on Stephen Greer than Stephen Greer's kind of opinion, or kind of uh, conclusion to whatever the people are using on UFOs, using reverse spacecraft to religion. Because yes, I get it. Ancient Aliens is the most unserious fucking show on Earth, and potentially the most racist show on Earth. Think of it. They're saying because of all the civilizations that was built by man, somehow civilizations built in darker skinned countries and darker skinned continents, who are this melanin and 5 shades darker, happen to be controlled by aliens because it's so advanced tech. And they discover more ancient texts and more ancient civilization, more ancient than the other, and it just literally screams ancient aliens. Ancient aliens, bro. Ancient aliens has been around God knows how long. And David Wilcock was the show host of Ancient Aliens. Aside with Giorgio Tsoukalos, those two guys probably had the best time of smoking the biggest fucking bomb, latched with ayahuasca DMT, and said, you know what? What if ancient aliens built the pyramid? What if Jesus Christ was actually an alien? I mean, there's some shit that may be true. Jesus Christ was an alien. Maybe that shit was true. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you, yo. Ancient Aliens was made by Christ? Dale. And he was part of that, along with Corey Good. Sorry. Twitching like a motherfucker. Like goddamn. But yeah, so he was there, and that led to his stream, which I didn't know he had a stream. I didn't know David Wilcock had a stream throughout these years post-COVID, right? And since they talked about scientists going missing, which brings back to Stephen Greer's documentary, The Unacknowledged, where there was one scientist who made it a discovery, who created a great discovery regarding to renewable energy using just water. Which there was another documentary on Journeyman Pictures where there was one German dude who came to fucking to Papua New Guinea, or I think Vanuatu or Solomon Islands, I don't know which one, right? And he doused water. He used water as an engine. And therefore, yeah, he used water as an engine, and it actually worked. So that scientist in America that Stephen Greer showed He was on the news. He was everything was positive. Hey, this could be the biggest future. And then the government took all his files and killed him and poisoned him. They poisoned his ass. They poisoned his ass. They poisoned that scientist. So now I was like, oh shit. That goes back to David Grush. That goes back to the above majestic, and then it goes back to David Wilcock and his death. Right? He may have said some like because yeah, most of his shit he says that it's kind of like okay, stop. Like it needs to like calm down. You're off your rockers and some another kind of bullshit because there's a lot of shit he says just like too ridiculous. I firmly believe that whatever has happened to his behalf, um, his voice needs to be heard. That's for sure. Because Dan Wilcock was basically one of the voice pioneers of paranormal and ufology research. He inspired Timothy Alberino. He I think inspired other paranormal researchers. So there has so ever since the UFO disclosure with David Grush came out, and then with the Epstein files that came out with regard to satanic rituals, and of course the use of AI, all that good shit, other stuff coming out. Now it's credible. Now it says, okay, this is a big statement. They're not fucking around. They were actually meaning the real thing. So that right there has happened to that point of view. Okay, I think that's good enough right here. So then we're gonna go all the way back. Okay, I could do something about that. Will be a lie to you. Okay, right here. Right now we're good. Oh, fuck. Okay, right here. Well, let me erase this whole part and then. Ah, fuck. Alright, now. Do I have to add? Something tells me I had to add something else. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Father. All right. Yes, that's the part right here, but I'm overlaying. Hmm. Oh, damn, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. Oh, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. I can put a haze on that. I could put many hazes on that. Watch. Well, I want to use this. But back to the next two topics I want to talk about. Because I'm live and I need to keep talking. I need to fucking keep talking. So yeah, therefore that incident with David Wilcock had been came to the connection. How he died, I don't think he killed himself. No, everybody knows he didn't kill himself. Everybody in this planet knows that that motherfucker David Wilcock will never kill himself. He's never suicidal. He said he was suicidal. No one would dare insult their own intelligence and saying that he's suicidal. No one would dare insult their intelligence. That's like insulting the intelligence of Luigi Mangione because those corporate greeds are so greedy and they had it coming. Yo, free Luigi, man, free Luigi. All right, so what's another topic to talk about, right? Talk about sloths. We're talking about I'm drawing a lolly and a furry. What other such shit he says? Oh yeah, he did talk about this. He did said, you know, scared to his death. But it's whether or not, yeah, a lot of shit to talk about. Okay. let's talk about the very difference because they don't look like them. Blade planets, yeah. There's some shit is Star Wars and all that kind of good stuff. Because there's a lot of shit he says is fucking like bullshit, but the scientists are dying. That's the thing. Scientists are being disappeared, and the death of David Wilcock brought a lot of coincidence. Timothy Alberino, I think, once said it. But it's also a coincidence that now that, without a doubt, that oh, no, it said it. It said it. It said it on X. That documentary. Above majestic. Ah, my brain is spazzing. Yeah, this one, and he did talk about it. But yeah, rest in peace to David was come take it away. Yeah, this guy is big time. It what he this is what got him killed, honestly. It's usually spiritual warfare, but Timothy Alberino was the one that brought out what? The Giant of Kandahar, which brought out religious conspiracy too. So, but he's just a paranormal researcher. That's just the thing. Timothy Alberino is just a mere paranormal researcher. I want nothing. I wanted nothing. Nothing. Look at man. I'm not funny. I steal jokes. My dick don't work, man. Oh, I did not know. I did not know. I did not know. I did not know. Until I got high. Until I got high. Until I got high. Do 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 do. I was gonna go clean my room until I got high. Ooh, I was gonna run. Oh, shit. Did I? Oh, no, no. All right. Anyway, to that, yeah, this guy, yeah, this one, it should be comics because this documentary now got really more credible. But I think what came more credible now, we're gonna watch this soon enough. Is this? I am not going to play the trailer yet. We're not going to see the trailer yet. That will be coming soon enough. Kagurabachi is finally here. But I am not going to see the trailer yet. But I will tell you right now, that is the main event. I do want to say another thing that's going on. Like, I don't watch that much anime. Oh, shit. Don't tell me that's going to happen. But this is unrelated. This is something that needs to be quick to be said. And look, I could make another video again, the same video with David, with what's going on with David Wilcock and all that bullshit. But you don't have to threaten Chibi Reviews again. Chibi Reviews got another death threat by the same motherfucker who tried to threaten to dig up his dead brother's grave. They try to dig up his dead brother's grave. Like this shit is fucking vile, yo. Niggas actually going. These motherfuckers will be actually bucking over over the things he says, over the things of anime that exists in Japan. You know, I always ask myself, why don't these same people go to actually save money, go to Japan, and actually bust into their studios and do the same thing they're doing to chibi reviews? Why don't they do that? They won't. They won't. They know, because one, they can't afford, and two, they don't want to bother that. Like bro, fuck the twitching. Like bro, like Kiwi Farms and others are encouraging this. People telling me to not take it seriously or it's just jokes. Explain this shit, bro. Look at this. Is oh my god. Like literally, they literally sent his fucking message, night crisp and clear, yo. They sent his message crisp and clear. Look at this shit, man. Look at this. It says it right here. You fucked up bad. You fucked up aligning yourself with Von Dragon and Pedro Garcia. Von Dragon, Pedro Garcia, Mr. Anime 343, all of which who were exposed for pedophilia. You fucked up having child sexual abuse material in deviant art, which these motherfuckers were literally putting into his deviant art. Not the other way. Not the other way. These people were putting actual CP into his art. Look at David, right? You fucked up trying to take down my first video on you. You fucked up playing in a part and suspending my Konosuke account. I'll get it back. Hey, lol. You fucked up scamming. You fucked up scamming your fan base. And you fucked up making an enemy out of me. Now I'm going to make sure I strip everything away from you. I took down your Twitter once before, so I'm doing it again, and it won't be hard. But since you try to want to dip for people who expose you, I'm aiming for your YouTube as well. You're a fucking pedophile and deserve all this, Jacob. You shouldn't have made an enemy out of me. All right. This happened, right? So that's his first email. And this motherfucker actually knows where he lives. That sent him his like this guy. They sent him his address, sent him this mail, right? And it goes by the name Lila Reyes. Lila Reyes. It's von Pedro Garcia. Okay, so here's the thing about this. Look, we are all have our own different cultures, right? Bro, making chibi job easy. Thank you, Kiwi Farms. Nah, they left that for a purpose. Well, a report is a report, and you have to be this down bad to UPSing a literal death threat. You never visited Kiwi Farm before, but I searched for that Lila Reyes and address, and there is a Kiwi Farm page info that someone could check. Carlos Jackson. Interesting. Yeah. Carlos Jackson. Okay, where's this guy? Where's the Kiwi Farms? Okay, KiwiFarms.net. Carlos Jackson, Alex Altera, Dan Harwood, Res Nova, Desendacios, Swag, Saboteur Games, Arcania, Just Violet, a VTuber. Oh, this is a VTuber there. There's even VTuber there? Okay. And notice there's no. It's a British autistic train. It's always the usual suspects. A British autistic trainee VTuber that embodies all the common degenerate traits has come to expect from VTubers. No, not all VTubers are like that. I'm neurodivergent, but I'm not that this kind of person. Carlos is a known pedophile who tried to date a 17-year-old when he was 30. The age of consent in Britain is actually 15 if you think of it. No, the age of consent in Britain is 16. So it's not really countable. But morality, it is disgusting. Morally wise, it is it is weird. It is weird. When you're a 30-year-old dating a 17-year-old, even though the country over there, the age of consent is 16. Keep that in mind. In England, this is just an American thinking who is here. When he was 30, has aided and defended other pedophiles online and allowed to into his community. Has threatened minors with violence, harm, doxing, suicide baited for attention, and trying to help out Kefos Lucas Roberts in taking down the Kiwi farms despite having an account on the farm's Mercity. As one would expect from a trainee VTuber, Carlos's attempt to pass off as a female waifu failed due to his obviously male voice and constant stuttering. As seen in example, okay, he was got red-handed, but this is drama. But this is pure drama that you don't want to get into. That's Mama Oko, the black octopus who looked like an underwater yeast infection, and you know that shit, right? All that stuff, all that stuff. Look, the FBI is involved now. Stop fucking with me. All right, mysterious fucking Tainan, stop fucking with me, and no more Mr. Nice Guy and all that good stuff, right? Because he talks about because it regards to fan service. This one's been said that it was more likely to be like an AI kind of video, but that doesn't change the fact that someone went to this person to his grave, to his dead brother's grave. This one. It's just a drawing, compelling argument. I'm digging up your brother and turning him into a chair. Like this fucking video, right? This fucking piece of shit out there. But in return to that, right? Like in return to that, it was trending. It was trending. Today's news. It was trending with Chibi reviews. That death threat came in return with another I think what's his name? Dresh? I think Dresh is his name. Or Josh Jelsh, I think that's his name. Because he had to return the favor. I saw it. I saw it and it was there. I saw it and it was there. Because he had this, and there was a repost of that. And they said, oh, don't fuck with us, lolicons, and then return. Where is it? Yeah, he had this. Yeah, low key giving Chibi giving Chibi. Nah, he does look like Chibi reviews. No, where was it? Black man feeling bad for Chibi reviews. Coon for the Boondocks. Oh my god, here we go again. I'm a coon because I think it's weird to dog on niggas' dead brother. You have to be like the nigga. You don't have to like the nigga. Hell, I don't like him, but that shit's weird. He's an ist file. He's all the ists, files, and phobics. If you can't take offense, don't offend. You niggas are so weird. Yeah. You niggas are so weird. Black man feeling bad for Chibi reviews. Coon for the Boondocks. Black man feeling bad for Chibi. Right? Look, I'm a coon because yeah. For you got even people who are on the side, who are on our side. Look, who are on our side. I'm a fence sitter on this bullshit. I'm a genuine fence sitter on this bullshit. Uh, I'm a coon because I think it's weird to dog on niggas, a nigga's dead brother. You don't have to like the nigga with him, but that shit is weird. No, that's you should have said that shit is wrong. That shit is wrong. You dog on someone's dead brother is horrendous. Yes, there is a lot of shit that he says that you have every right to not like. There are some things I hear from him that I did not like because I know I disagree with because there's right. It's for example, the one I don't like was the schlep thing. I do, however, the rest on the whole Loli thing, I'm a fence sitter on many things. So I'm not gonna bring any negativity to my fucking channel for my stream. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that for real. Because pattern wise, the people are attacking chibi reviews is usually black and brown people. It has been one of the very few Kagurabachi fans. Yeah, where was it? No, it doesn't say it. It doesn't say. Oh, there was that thing. Say, hey guys, what happened? Yeah, yeah. It's people post that shit. It goes quick. Another news about that. Um, there was a news on like on the next news regarded to anime censorship. This came by. Uh, what's this? Her name was Kimiko. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, the Japanese government, yeah, Japan government on anime, they said this too. Yeah, everything's so fast and pathetic. I don't want to. Yep, right here. This one. Hold on, let me.
海外で日本
This one
の
right here.
そこに合わせたものを見て全然今日の議題とは違うんですけど
Hear that?
何作っても海外に出して何が燃えてもうちのコンテンツのことは守り抜くっていう姿勢を見せることかなって思っていて外に出す時にはカルチャライズとか翻訳とかいろいろやるけどその人たちが海外で日本のそこに合わせたものを見て日本の面白いやんけって日本の見に来たらなんだこれはけしからんみたいなそういうこの海外が知ってしまったことによって攻撃を受けた時にやかましいこれが日本じゃっていうのを国として毅然として対応するからもう好きにやってっていうそのなんだろう腹のくくりっていうのが必要なのかなと
You heard that right.
これはすごい大事
You heard that right. And this is from an economic politician who her own self is a weeb. That bitch right there is a weeb herself. And look, Kimi Onoda's and like this is shut up. This is Japan. We will do whatever we want. That's exactly as the same. That's the base. That's the most base thing to say from from a politician who herself is a weeb herself too. Because the same thing with the creator of Evangelion even said this. Look, like the Japanese, like such content belongs to the Japanese. It is only Japanese focus. Right, and they say, "Yay, if you can't handle it, get the fuck out." You need to be base as hell, bro. You gotta be base, bro. That's bars right there. She got tough. That shit go hard. That shit goes hard. And she made her statement. She made her statement right. If you cannot separate fiction from reality, do not even intend to. How did you? Oh. So go. Come on, go, bitch. I'm retarded. Retarded. This. I guess I should. Ah, damn. Damn, yo, hey. Ooh, yeah, yo, I definitely didn't do much. Let's do that again. Is this the way? God damn. Maybe I could just do this. Yep, that makes, I guess that makes better sense. No, this does not make better sense. Hold up a second. Oh, I had to add way more. Okay, I had to wait way more. I had to add way more. Then let's go right here. Oh man. No, I was gonna be trying to draw rubble. I'm not good at drawing rubble, yo. I'm really not that good drawing rubble. A Jewish guy. Okay. Have more on that. Is Joe Rogan really a comic? Not really anymore. I don't know. Yeah, he's not even funny anymore, bro. Fuckers are all the way compromised otherwise. Poor Theo Von. Poor Theo Von, man. Or now I had to go to hazing all the way. No, all the way. Oh shit. Mhm. Actually, no, a little more to the red. I want to do more of the red part. Because after that, I'm going to go to hard light again. Oh shit, no, 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 no. Yes, he did. Right here, right there. Oh yeah, even to the wind gust right here. Then, oh shit. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, I'm just fucking terrible at drawing backgrounds. I'm really fucking terrible drawing backgrounds. Okay. Mhm. And oh, okay, but something like this. No, hold up a second. There you go. Maybe just hard light a little. Need to ease it down. Okay. Hmm. Ugh. It just doesn't look right. I got a whole wet coloring brush tool. Why did I not think of that? Net wholeness. I always forgot about this part. Ooh, damn. Going a long time, Loli. Yeah, this part definitely. We boy. Why? This is good. Bobby Lee. Yeah, what's going on? You. Ah, there you go. Bring back her booty. I need her ass cheeks showing. That's what I need. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Mm. All right. Guess I'm gonna be there. All right. But it's still way more to hit because I'm trying to blend and rip through things I do not understand. I don't want to be. I have mine. And I have to make stuff up. I actually makes my own shit, and I did. But I have to carry the burden that the things I did that were wrong. The burden of the things I did that were wrong. I lied to people. I lied to a lot of people. I um I I lied to a lot of people. Hmm. Yes, I did. Definitely. I carry that burden. I am not the kind of man who will say I don't. I never lied to you. No, I did. Because I never was good at hiding secrets. Okay. Kind of like that. I guess I was trying to give out a kill kind of vibe. I was trying to give a kill kind of vibe. I don't know if it's pretty good or not. Making sure. No. Yeah. Here we go. On X. On X, bitch. All right. It ain't. What was it? I had a feeling something went wrong. I had to put up another sort of gas leak or something. I'm really not that good at drawing backgrounds. I'm really not that good at drawing backgrounds. Holy shit, I'm not good at drawing backgrounds. What? English. Looks. What? Hmm. Ugh, doesn't look like it. I don't know. It doesn't look good. Look at all the white spots. All the white spots. Oh my God. That looks terrible. Oh my God. Look at all the fucking white spots, bro. Actually, no. Ah. The corporate businessman. All right. Now, still not much. Still ain't much because they still got the sketch running around along the way. It's quite difficult because I was painting that thing. Honestly, I was really painting that thing, bro. But I think that's the end of it. But I want to watch those something better. And I want to close off the stream by officially we're going to watch together the trailer of Kagurabachi. Where are you? Where are you? Don't do that to me. All right, buddy. Hold up a second. All right, all right. There's a finale is here. Shut up. Let's enjoy and the ending of it. Let's all enjoy Kagurabachi, bro. I want to see this, bro. This is the Kagurabachi official trailer release. I'm going to record this. This is Kagurabachi, yo. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Okay, like Marvel. It's fucking Marvel in this bitch. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Woo. All right.
俺は奴らを切らなきゃならない。
No, come on, give me more. And it's just the teaser, only a 45, bro, 40 seconds to freaking teaser. Come on, man. That's Kagurabachi, yo. You does not want to know who here has seen Kagurabachi? Raise your hand. No. Oh my God, sir. It's just that. But look at this. Look at this. But think of it. Okay, in the trailer, you guys have not believe it, right? 45 seconds, so I don't care. But look at it. Look how they started. They started off just like Marvel Comics. If you didn't even recognize that, they started off at Weekly Shonen Jump is now the new Marvel. Before the Marvel 4 got this and this and that. That's been a while. It has been a long while. I want to see the design. Look at that. Says psychic design. Let me see where's that studio. Look at the details in that shit. Boom. Look at that Japan. Look at the kimono, the pagoda. Look at I think I don't know. This is Hiroshima. I think this is Nagasaki. I don't know what this is. It reminds me of it. Right there. It's Japanese. I wonder if this guy. How old is this character? It looks exactly like it. I was thinking this is gonna be made by Mappa. It almost looked Mappa a bit, but with a blend of Ufotable. So it has like a Mappa with Psychic. Studio Psychic. This is Studio Psychic. Apparently, I think this is a new animation. Is going to be working solely on Kagurabachi. I hope that it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we get to Kagurabachi. Now we finally got an manga adaptation. I would see the whole detail there. And then you see him, our boy, our homeboy, now on the flesh, with everything else. But Psychic Studios and the dialogue. This put straight from the panel. I think this came from a good panel, on some sort, just like that. See that he had the scars. Same thing over here. You can see the same thing over there. It kind of reminds me the shading and the design almost reminded me of a Ufotable, but the whole animation and the Sakuga reminds me a bit like fucking Mappa, bro. It reminds me of Mappa, bro. Oh my God, man. But like I said, man, that manga, you guys, we finally got ourselves officially a manga, man. We officially got ourselves an anime adaptation after years. After freaking years, yo. You guys waited for so long. You read the entire chapters of Kagurabachi. You've seen the highlights, the peak moments. Every YouTuber been waiting for this. Trash Tate's been waiting for this. Saro's been waiting for this. Monty Sensei waiting for Kagurabachi. I mean, every YouTuber, anti-tuber out there, you've been waiting for this. Now you officially got it. It's happening I think it said it. I think I saw the date. Next year, yeah, 2027. It's gonna happen next year, 2027, bro. No, wait. Let me see this comment. It said on my birthday month, bro. On my birth month, it says April 2027, man. Holy shit. That is that is to it, bro. I mean, hey, man. If you guys get blessed, get ready. You're gonna see Kagurabachi up on the brink. I hope you guys enjoy this, bro. You blessing, baby. And all right, that's the best of recording, guys. All right, back to my recording. To think I said this, I finally officially did this. I still need to fix up. I don't know. It's just again, I'm horrible doing backgrounds. This is my first time actually not tracing and coloring on multiple. I was completely coloring on multiple brushes on this. It's a corny thing. It's a corny post, but this is supposed to be Mara Eventry. Shout out to Mara. And this one's just a random LC Furry. But I was supposed to put in more flags. I was supposed to give her the crying emoji kind of stuff. I was supposed to give her that. But I just there was just too many stuff. I didn't want to hold on time because I was doing many other things, and then I was being a lazy piece of shit on my behalf, man. I was commenting on stuff. Also, I gotta get ready for what's coming up. I gotta make sure I'm on time. If it is, I did Ultra. If you guys not know me, I did some drawings for Ultra Music Festival. Now, coming up in at least 2 weeks. Oh shit! In 3 weeks, actually, we are going to. Yes, my friends, I will have to think about a new kind of a collection. I probably won't do a countdown collection. I already did my mini countdown collections for my lifetime. This one probably gonna sit way back down and all that bullshit. But I will be making some illustrations for the upcoming festival. This festival season, remember, this is still festival season. We had Coachella on the way, played. We had Ultra before that. We had MegaCon. Now, at May, everybody all the way in the West, yo, get ready for EDC Las Vegas. In 2 weeks, we hope to see you guys over there in Las Vegas. Get ready to venture under the electric sky, yo. So I'm your boy, Element Reptile. I'm an artist, illustrator, graphic designer. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You bless, baby.